It has been more than a year since the COVID-19 pandemic shook the education sector, resulting in thousands of students resorting to online learning. Following several attempts by the Education Ministry to engage students in order to prevent learning loss, there has been anxiety surrounding the level of absenteeism in the public school system. Education Minister Favour Williams is to address the nation this week on the issue. Earlier this month, Mrs. Williams disclosed that a total of 25% of students have not been attending school regularly or at all due to sickness or disinterest. Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop provided a breakdown of the statistics the ministry has observed over the last few months.
The numbers fluctuate weekly, and we would have seen from time to time when we break the data down that some regions are experiencing higher percentage of engagement than others. We would have seen in one region a 98% accountability. We have seen 84, we have seen 60, we have seen 50. So it fluctuates based on the challenges that parents are having, the changes in the orders in terms of the pandemic. Whenever we have a sudden shift back into the face-to-face versus back to the remote, that kind of adjustment, and you would have seen that being impacted and the revelation in our attendance data.
Dr. Troop says several stakeholders in the ministry have met and a number of strategies have been reached on the way forward.
Looking at the governance structure and how we work towards accountability. We're looking at the knowledge base in education, the steep research that we have to do now to make the adjustments for the future for our boys and girls, capitalizing on what the technological world, the digitized world has to offer for our boys and girls. We have to look at capacity level. We have to build the capacity of our leaders and teachers and our students and parents to navigate this virtual world because it's not leaving us. So those are some of the enablers our minister is looking at, and she will be speaking to them going forward on the 21st of April within this week.
In the meantime, Dr. Troop commented on a finding in a World Bank report which said teachers in Jamaica spend the equivalent of 2 out of 5 days per week in classroom management, and of the remaining 3 days, the entire class is engaged for only the equivalent of 1 day. Dr. Troop says the Ministry of Education has started to act on the recommendations of the World Bank to ensure that teachers have more time for teaching and learning.
So some of these things are now being revealed and discussed because we are forced to treat with them given what has been revealed by the pandemic. But our teachers have to deal with operational issues like those. And these are some of the things we have to look at when we look at building capacity of our teachers, when we look at treating with those processes. You know, in recent time, our minister asked us, what are some of those processes that we can digitize and remove from the teacher so they can better use their skill set and expertise to focus on student achievement and student attainment. This is what the World Bank is highlighting, that we have to go clinical and dissect and remove those impediments so we can have more time with active teaching and learning.
Sandy Williams, Frontline News.